If Men Were Angels, a thought experiment on human nature and governance. The phrase, "if men were angels, no government would be necessary," is famously attributed to James Madison, one of the founding fathers of the United States, in the Federalist Papers No. 51. This statement reflects a deep understanding of human nature and the role of government. But what if men truly were angels? What would such a world look like, and what implications would it have for society, governance, and morality? A world without sin. If men were angels, the very nature of humanity would be fundamentally different. In a world where all humans possess angelic qualities, purity, selflessness, and an unwavering commitment to righteousness, many of the social, economic, and political structures we know today would become obsolete. Crime, for instance, would cease to exist because the motivation to harm or exploit others would be absent. The concepts of greed, envy, and hate would vanish, replaced by universal love, compassion, and a genuine desire to uplift one another. Governance in a perfect world. In a world populated by angelic beings, the need for government would indeed be diminished, if not entirely eradicated. The primary functions of government, maintaining law and order, defending against external threats, and ensuring justice, would no longer be necessary in a society where all individuals are inherently good and just. Without crime, courts and prisons would be obsolete. Without external threats or internal strife, military and police forces would have no purpose. Governance in such a society would shift from enforcing laws and maintaining order to facilitating collaboration and ensuring that resources are shared equitably. Decision-making processes would be collaborative and transparent, as all members of society would be motivated by the common good. Leadership roles would likely be rotational or temporary, with leaders chosen based on wisdom, humility, and their ability to serve others. Economics and angelic society. If men were angels, the entire economic system would undergo a radical transformation. The pursuit of profit, often driven by self-interest and competition, would no longer be the primary motivator for economic activity. Instead, economic systems would focus on meeting the needs of all individuals and promoting communal well-being. Concepts like poverty and wealth inequality would not exist because the desire for accumulation and hoarding would be absent. Resource distribution would be based on need rather than ability to pay, and work would be motivated by a sense of purpose and fulfillment rather than necessity or greed. People would likely engage in vocations that align with their talents and passions, contributing to society in ways that bring them joy and satisfaction. The economy would operate on principles of sharing and reciprocity rather than competition and scarcity. Morality and ethics among angels. The moral landscape of a world populated by angelic beings would be starkly different from our current reality. Ethical dilemmas that arise from conflicting interests would be rare, as all individuals would prioritize the well-being of others. The need for moral teachings, legal codes, and religious doctrines to guide behavior would diminish because the moral compass of each individual would